Here is a typical peer-reviewed paper. It's published by a federal agency. It focuses on the health effects of combining nicotine and cannabis at the same time. Note the sponsoring agency. Note the sponsor in the middle of the page, the Cannabis Prevention Center. This is a bias. There appears to be an adverse cannabis-nicotine drug interaction. Pause the screen and note the second sentence under conclusions about how cannabis is rarely associated with a certain form of lung malfunction. It's interesting to note that this is different than those who smoke cannabis and cigarettes simultaneously. Here we see another peer-reviewed paper, presumably from an educational background, research agency. And it too is comparing the biomedical effects of nicotine and cannabinoids at the same time or simultaneously. Here we see a brief and incomplete description of cannabinoids. They reference delta-9 THC and CBD. This is reasonable information for this level of an intention of document, but there is a lot more information available. Note the last sentence of the second paragraph. And finally, I'd like to present a paper from breastcancer.org, which talks about the uses of cannabis in relation to breast cancer and the limitations of our knowledge on the subject in peer-reviewed material. Pause the video at any time to read the text. Full links in the description. There's a little bit of a disclaimer at the top of this section, which disavows the use of cannabis as a cure or treatment for cancer. Frankly, there's a lot more research that needs to be done in order to answer that particular question. But for now, it's reasonable to take that assumption that it cannot cure you. While cannabis appears to have a positive health impact on the symptoms that breast cancer patients experience, cannabis and nicotine use at the same time appear to show a deleterious drug interaction. Is it possible that breast cancer patients who smoke cigarettes could opt for edible cannabis products in order to avoid that negative drug interaction? I leave for your consideration the links in the description. Thank you very much for your time.